So this video short I made about Y Combinator went absolutely viral, but I barely scratched the surface. So today I am going to dig deeper and pull back the curtain on what exactly happens in YC's 3-month program. Hey, this is Arjun. I'm the CEO and founder of doola.com. We're a fintech startup in New York City that's raised over $13 million. In this video, I'm gonna break down what happens in Y Combinator. Y Combinator is the most prestigious startup accelerator in the world. Doola actually went through YC, and other companies that you've probably heard of, like Stripe, Airbnb, Coinbase, Dropbox, and more went through YC. In my short, which you can find in the description, I explained how YC is an accelerator that's delivered over $800 billion in value as of this moment. However, what I didn't tell you is actually what happens in YC. What are the mechanics of how they take startups with ideas and churn out billion-dollar companies? I'm going to pull back the curtain. Let me show you exactly what happens in YC. First up is the goal and the intensity. This to me is the biggest thing that YC does. Let's actually just boil this down to make it stupid simple. YC's goal is to dramatically improve the chances of your startup succeeding in just 3 months. That means two things. You have a better product with more users, and you have a better chance of raising money. Now, this is my favorite part. They actually call it, for founders, the most productive 11 to 12 weeks of your entire life. Every single thing around you, from your group partners to the YC partners to your batchmates, are all there to help you improve, and everyone is there to level up. Now, part two, which is important, is the funding. YC invests $500,000 in 2 safes. A safe is a simple agreement for future equity. YC actually invented this, which is incredible, to make it standard and easy for startups to take investment. The first safe is an investment of $125,000 for 7% of the company. The second investment is via a safe for $375,000 in an MFN, or most favored nation safe. What this effectively means is when you raise money, whatever terms are most favorable, meaning the lowest terms, YC will then invest at that valuation. So it's a way that you can get the cash now, and the valuation is then set in a future fundraising round. So let's say you end up raising at a 10 million post-money valuation. That 375,000 via the MFN would effectively be at the 10 million valuation. Let's say you raise at 5 million. They would then be at the 5 billion valuation. Let's say you raise at 20, it would be at the $20 million valuation. So you're able to collect $500,000 up front. YC gets 7% for 125. The remaining 375K is set during your future fundraise. What's beautiful about this is this happens on standard terms. There's no negotiation. It's dead simple. It's pre-negotiated, which means you can get right to work in the batch. Now, part 3 is the program structure. This is one of my favorite parts. It's group office hours. You're actually paired in a group with other startups and a group partner, and you'll meet every 1 to 2 weeks. And in this group, what's beautiful is you come to the group, you have your primary metric, which is ideally revenue, it could be users. You say what you're going to do to hit that metric. You hear other people talk about what they're going to do to hit their metric, and then you go heads down and execute, and then you have to come back, face the group, and say how you did. That might not sound like much, but when you're surrounded by extremely ambitious people setting ambitious goals, you don't want to let them down, you don't want to let yourself down, and it's absolutely contagious. You realize you can actually do a lot more than you actually thought you could, and the environment around you absolutely levels up, as well as the accountability from your group partner. Now, in terms of the batch, weeks 1 through 3 include a batch kickoff. The highlights here are you'll meet your group partners, many of whom themselves have built billion-dollar companies. You'll get access to Bookface, which is YC's internal Facebook, and you'll get to hear from former YC founders who come back to impart their knowledge, like Brian Chesky from Airbnb. You'll also have the chance to meet other founders in San Francisco, which is where YC recommends you are for the batch. Now, weeks 4 through 10 are the sprint. This is when pedal to the metal, it's go time, it's grind time. During this, you get a couple things. You get weekly alumni talk. So people like Brian Chesky from Airbnb or Drew Houston from Dropbox will come back, and every week you get to hear from an alumni who gives you actual advice, not theoretical, but actual advice. There's then public launches. You'll typically do your launch YC post where you officially announce and launch your company. There's weekly meetups with other founders, and this is typically where you'll get your first customers if you don't have any already. Because let's say you're selling to other B2B companies or other startups. Look around you. You have a full batch of companies that might need what you're building. Now, the entire batch culminates in week 11 or 12 with demo day. What YC does here is they help you improve your company over the course of these 11 weeks, more product, more revenue, but they'll actually work with you on refining the exact narrative and pitch that you'll be making in less than 2 minutes to investors. Ultimately, what YC is doing here is putting together a room of investors, putting you on the stage, and creating FOMO or demand for you and your business. This actually increases the likelihood that you're able to raise money, not only because YC has the brand or the halo effect, but again, they're coaching you on your pitch, they're putting you on this stage, and they're assembling some of the world's best investors to come watch you as a company. So I will say, I think you actually have a better chance of raising money and getting a higher valuation if you are a YC company. And people might say, hey, that's unfair, but here's what I'll say. People do judge books by their cover. Credibility does matter. You absolutely get a YC brand effect or halo effect from going through YC. Now, I want to run through some of the most valuable things YC can give you post-demo day. The key here, though, is you have to take advantage of it. The first is ongoing support. You can actually schedule office hours with any group partner as long as you want post-YC. The next thing is the network effect. You are now part of this community, this exclusive community, the only one you can join by having been through YC, where you can pull on the knowledge, know-how, and introductions of over 6,000 YC alumni, many of whom work at incredible companies. You are probably one email away to one YC alumni to get in touch with anyone in the world. YC has a platform called Work at a Startup for Hiring. They literally built a platform to help you as a startup hire. And they also have Hacker News, which is maybe the front page of the internet for startups. That's where you can actually launch and you can actually engage with other people in the startup community. Last but not least, I'll finish with the perks and credibility. You'll get access to perks through YC. These are exclusive discounts they've negotiated on behalf of startups. You'll get access to perks that other YC startups offer through YC Bookface. YC absolutely opens up doors, not only with investors, but your first customers will say, oh, they're a YC company. You'll get more social proof. And early employees that you're trying to recruit, the fact that you're a YC company absolutely helps. Again, credibility kills whether you like it or not. YC gives you credibility. And last but not least, there's a YC startup directory. So you're getting some free SEO benefits. If someone searches for your company, they'll see you're in YC. Actually, for Doola, we take that YC badge and we put backed by YC prominently on our footer because we want people to know we went through Y Combinator. It helps with trust with investors, with customers, and potential colleagues or future hires we make. So that's how Y Combinator works. A $500,000 investment split across 2 safes, the most productive 11 weeks of your life, demo day, getting in front of investors. This isn't just an accelerator, it's a transformational change for your startup. I'll finish with this. Doola went through Y Combinator, and Doola would undisputably not be where it is today without YC. So if you want my candid take, if you're on the fence about applying, just apply. The downside is you spend some time writing an application, answering questions you should probably know the answer to. The upside, $500,000 in the bank, one of the best investors on your cap table, and guidance and knowledge from group partners and founders who have done it before. If you enjoyed the video and found value, let me know. Please comment down below. I'm happy to answer any questions about my YC experience. And if you yourself are starting a business and scaling it, this is why my company Doola exists. So we can help you with your back office so you can focus on applying to YC and building your business while we handle the rest. I also write a newsletter. You can schedule a demo down below. Check out all the links in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I drop content on the regular. Please like, subscribe, turn on notifications if you'd like to see more content like this, and I'll see you in the next video.